We're talking about the truth about advertising, and obviously we're talking about feelings, not so much facts. Excuse me. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is based upon this premise that the lower needs are preeminent. Until the lower need is met, the higher need is not relevant. Nobody worries about the higher needs until the lower need has been secured. Now, according to most social scientists, about 10% of the population of the US and Canada, and by extrapolation, probably all of Western Europe and Australia, their single biggest unmet need is what they call physiological. And it basically comes down to, do I have enough gas in the car to make it until payday? I've got to get to work and back. Do I have enough food in the pantry to make it until payday? Can I make the rent? Or am I going to get thrown out and have to live under a bridge? Do I have sufficient ability to provide food and shelter and the basic necessities of life for myself? And about 10% of our society, that is their biggest unmet need. They're literally the homeless sleeping under bridges. And then another 10% of us have that need met. But what are called our safety needs, feeling secure, we're unsure about domestic violence in the home or violence in the neighborhood, or maybe it's just emotional abuse from a family member or coworker. We just don't feel safe. And nothing else really matters when we don't feel safe. So we have 10% of our population worried about having food to make it until payday. We have another 10% that's worried about just feeling safe, just not living in a constant state of fear. But now here's the big one. Wow. According to most social scientists, our belonging needs are the big unmet need of more than half of us. Most estimates range from 60 to 65% of us are looking for our tribe. We're looking for our people. We're trying to determine who we are. I've said many times, we buy what we buy to remind ourselves and tell the world around us who we are. It's identity reinforcement, and it is here that advertising lives, the belonging needs. Self-definition. Now there's another roughly 15% that have that need met. They have found their tribe. They know who they are. They know their purpose. They know why they're here. But now their biggest unmet need is recognition. They're looking for what's called the ego needs. Self-esteem. They want ascendancy within the tribe. They want to be a leader, the manager, the captain of the tribe. They're looking for promotion. They want recognition. And then the worst people to write ads for are the people that are self-actualizing, which means they know how to turn themselves on. They're no longer looking for the needs that we've listed in those bottom 4 levels. They have food, shelter, clothing, gas in the car, money for rent. They have their security needs met. They feel perfectly safe. They have found their tribe. They no longer need recognition or acknowledgement from the tribe. They know who they are. They know where they belong. They know how to flip that little switch that takes them to their happy place. And there's about 3 to 5% of the population that are horrible customers because they don't want anything. They don't need anything. They are dangerously contented. Yes, contentment is the enemy of marketing, strangely. The truth about advertising, wow, this is a hoot. Here's an ad for a new gum called Hyperbubble, and it says, if you're not chewing Hyperbubble, you might as well be chewing your cud. Ooh, great copy. Gosh, am I cool enough to chew Hyperbubble? Maybe I'm not. Maybe if you chew Hyperbubble, you become cool. Or maybe if you chew it, everyone assumes you're cool, so it doesn't matter if you are or not. What do you think? Should I buy some? And then that all-wise Hobbes answers, if your emotional security depends on satisfying a need you didn't have until you read the ad, go ahead. I think I will. Boy, I'm glad I get this magazine. Now, even though it sounds horrible, that's the business I'm in. To convince people of needs they didn't know they had until they encountered our message. What do we do in America that is better than any other civilization in the history of the world? we convince each other to buy stuff. I think it's probably the most 21st century skill of civilization. And throughout Canada and the US and Australia and certainly all of Western Europe, a high level of skill to sell each other things we don't really need. Wow, that's what triggers an explosive economy. So when you start talking about small business growth in America, you're talking about hyperbubble. I just want to get that on the table because the simple truth is, you can like it, you can lump it, you can take it down the road and dump it. That's what we're really trying to do here.